Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Intoxicated Sports Report. I'm Gage, he's Emerson, and that was not me hitting a bong, I promise.
That was a good impression.
Not too bad though, right?
Yeah.
I don't smoke. Do you?
It's been a while.
Do you do any kind of marijuana stuff?
Throw in a gummy every now and then, just for good measure.
I don't do that. Weed makes me paranoid. It's not cool. Well, actually, people like it.
It's because you're psychotic.
I'm
kidding.
I hope so. No, weed just
not for you.
Not anymore. Maybe back when I was like 14, but it was a long time ago. Long time ago. So how was your weekend, man?
Oh, what a weekend it was.
Yeah, it was.
We watched some good sports,
Well,
there was a game.
It wasn't good.
Well, I mean, yeah, calling it a game is being generous, but yeah,
Yeah. We'll get into it about that.
Yes, we will.
But before that,
Yeah.
what do we got going on?
So today, we're going to do our local sports update as always. What else we got? Some big free agents are off the market in baseball.
Yes.
Not super happy about one of them.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We're going to talk quickly about the 2021 NFL Hall of Fame class.
Yes. You almost forgot about this too.
I did.
I had to remind you.
Yep. And then, of course, that one game we were just talking about that they called the Super Bowl.
There was nothing super about it.
Yeah.
Nothing super about this one.
And also, I'm just going to get this out of the way right now. We're watching a little NASCAR right now. This is the Busch Clash, a little exhibition race for prize money. But the Daytona 500 is this coming weekend.
Yes. Can't wait.
NASCAR's back, baby.
NASCAR is back.
I should be wearing my Kevin Harvick hat. What the fuck am I doing?
Football out, NASCAR in.
Exactly.
Priorities.
Exactly.
Priorities.
Yeah, gotta take up Sundays somehow.
Yeah. What are we sipping on here, sir?
So yes, our cocktail of the week, Moscow Mule
Yes, sir.
with Tito's, of course.
Of course.
Can't go wrong. It's been a
Pretty
while, like I said, since
Yeah.
I've had one of these. They're tasty.
I never usually get these when I go to a bar back when we could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I never the taste of ginger to me, it's just
Still
a little funky.
a little too strong.
Like I could eat like gingerbread cookies
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, as long as they're not like too gingery, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like my mom's work had really good gingerbread cookies.
Oh my goodness. My boy Harvick's in a wreck again.
He is
What do you know?
shit in the bed. Hopefully this is gonna be what happens all throughout.
Nah,
the
he's
season.
getting this out of the way right now. He's gonna be back at it. Gonna go actually win the championship this year.
Wasn't he close last year? He won. Didn't he win the most races?
He won like 9 races and then didn't even make it to the championship race.
How's that? How's that
Love
work?
it.
How's that work?
Love it.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, it's just how the NASCAR playoffs work. Got to be good all year long,
Yeah. Okay.
including the last races of the year.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
which I think makes it more interesting
Mm.
throughout the whole season because, I mean, he would have had the championship probably wrapped up over the last 2 races if they didn't have the playoff format that they do. So.
Yeah. So before we get into some sports, we do have some notable losses that you wanted to mention,
Mhm.
and I think it's good that you did this.
Yeah, so ESPN reporter Pedro Gomez suddenly and unexpectedly passed away on Super Bowl Sunday. He was mostly a baseball reporter, but definitely well-rounded, well-respected for sure,
Yeah.
as far as all accounts go. Super sad. I mean, he's only 58 years old, and definitely seemed like a very professional guy and seemed like he did a great job as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really sad to see him
Yeah.
pass away unexpectedly like he did. Crazy enough, he actually has a son in the Red Sox organization. He's a pitcher,
really?
yeah.
That's cool.
So yeah, just sad for his family and just crazy
And
for the sports world.
And if you're familiar with ESPN, the reporters, like he's someone you really recognize.
Oh yeah.
I know I did.
He's
right?
one they've definitely kept around for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I think they definitely value his I guess multicultural aspect that he brings to the game,
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely a sad, bad loss, tough loss. I think the cause of death is still unknown, but I gotta imagine it's something along the lines of a heart attack or something like that.
Yeah.
So
And also Marty Schottenheimer passed away.
yeah, that was
Which-
today.
I had no idea he battled cancer or Alzheimer's for
Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah, I kind of heard that he was recently things were not going well for him. So this wasn't a huge surprise, but still unfortunate. He was only 77. So
And
he still could have had some life left, but
notable for coaching the Chiefs and the
the
Chargers.
Chargers, yeah.
Yeah. Was he their coach for the Super Bowl team that lost to the Niners?
No. He was more recent. He was like in the
Okay.
LaDainian Tomlinson days.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think I saw a clip today on must have been Sports Center or something, where LT was during his Hall of Fame speech called Marty his best coach ever, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
Hall of Famer too, right? Or is he not?
I don't think so.
No.
I don't think so, but I don't know that for a fact.
Wow,
But yeah, definitely a very good coach. Never coached in a Super Bowl, unfortunately. I think that was the one thing that held him back.
it's hard.
Yeah.
Especially when you're in the AFC back then playing the Patriots. It just seemed like no one ever fucking won except for them.
Yep. No question. So yeah, it's some sad news. Rest in peace to those guys, right?
It's always hard to get off, or it's always hard to switch, like go from sad to good, but we have to. And we'll go into some local sports.
Yeah, local sports news.
Local sports.
Yeah, we're gonna start with a little baseball news. So the A's and the Rangers made a little swap of struggling veterans as part of a 5-player trade.
Mm-hmm.
They're sending Chris Davis to the rival Rangers for Elvis Andrus. Both players, they're looking to bounce back after a couple of rough years.
Are you surprised it's in division?
It's definitely not common to see that, especially with notable names like this. You might see like a prospect trade or something like that, but not usually established players getting traded like this. But I think it kind of works for both ways. The A's needed to fill their shortstop hole and that's what Andrus plays. And then Davis can go to a place that's hitter friendly, and look to rebound. And like Davis back in 2018, he led major leagues in home runs with 48. So he's looking to get back to that kind of production. And then Andrus has had a good year as recent as 2017 with probably his best.
I feel like Chris Davis was a fan favorite.
He definitely was
beloved.
Yeah,
it is.
I mean, he had those like 3 years with 40+ homers.
Yeah,
and
he was hitting them.
Yeah, he was. He definitely was a threat at the plate.
He was actually the better Chris Davis.
Yeah.
Because the other Chris Davis is garbage.
Yeah, well, definitely now. Definitely now,
yeah.
He had his time too, but yeah. I guess, if you're going to be named Chris Davis, don't expect long-term success.
No. The A's are also bringing back Mike Fiers.
Yep. Good little,
which,
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah, I'm sure
He's an innings eater.
Yeah. Looking to bounce back because he didn't have a really good 2020.
Yeah.
And
I think he can be a valuable piece of the rotation as long as you can get deeper into games,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Also, just announced today, the Giants are bringing in lefty relief pitcher Jake McGee. He's getting a 2-year deal for $7 million.
Any relation to Casey McGee?
No, thankfully. Thankfully not.
Remember him?
I don't. Do I remember him? Don't even have to ask that.
He wasn't very good.
Yeah, that was not. Those were not fond memories.
Who was better for the Giants, him or Dan Ugla?
Stop.
You didn't think I was gonna bring that up, did you?
No, I'm gonna go with McGee because he actually played a handful more games, but they both sucked ass. So thank you for that, though, Gage. I'm glad we've had darker days in Giants history.
Oh man.
Anyways,
is that the first Dan Ugla mention on this podcast?
I probably and hopefully last.
I'll bring him up again soon. I'm sure.
Goodness. Oh god, but yeah, he. Speaking of McGee, he bounced back in 2020 with the Dodgers, ironically, after some rocky seasons in Colorado. Big pun intended right there.
I didn't even notice that.
Sorry, we're just full of shit right now. You might want to skip ahead in the podcast if you're listening.
Little Rockies,
yeah.
Colorado, is that what you said?
I did.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Ooh.
I need to cool off right now.
I haven't laughed like this in this podcast in a while.
Anyways.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah. So honestly, McGee has a chance to be the Giants closer, so that's a big pickup for them.
Casey McGee?
I'll fucking kill you, dude.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm done.
Moving on to hockey.
The Sharks, they're playing hockey.
They're playing hockey again. They're back on the ice. They played a couple games in Anaheim on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah.
Both games actually went to a shootout.
Did they?
Sharks won the first one.
Why do I feel like the Sharks love going to shootouts?
That's like the 5th one they played in this year. It's unbelievable.
It's classic Sharks. Like, they always find the hardest way to win a game.
Pretty much. Yeah, so they took the first one on Friday. Ducks took the second one there on Saturday. They are now 4-5-1 in the season. They need to go on a winning streak if they want to get in this race.
And it's going to start tonight because they play tonight.
Yes, back in action.
They play the LA Kings.
In LA, yeah. You know. So, yeah, division rivals. The only ones behind them in the standings right now. So,
hey, as long as they're not last, that's all that matters.
Yep, time to make a move.
Speaking of the Kings, my Sacramento Kings are on fire. I honestly had no idea until you told me today.
Come on, get in it, Gage.
Sorry, like...
Time to be a believer.
When I'm watching basketball, I'm at like, oh, Sacramento Kings. I mean, it's my team, but I'm trying to watch like the marquee games, you know, because that's usually what we talk about.
That's fair.
But yeah, they're 3-0 this week. They took down the Celtics, the Nuggets, and the Clippers.
That's impressive.
And then you said they played the Sixers tonight.
Correct. Yeah.
That's a pretty hard 4-game stretch.
That is. I know.
For them.
Yeah.
Like for them. For the
I
Kings.
mean, just in general, that's
yeah.
Those are 4 solid teams to play.
They're 7th place in the West right now. I like this. I like this.
Won 4 in a row overall.
I really just want an excuse to watch a playoff game and wear my jerseys. I haven't been able to do that because they've sucked for so long.
Hey, I mean, it's knock on some wood, but maybe this year, baby.
I'm hoping for the best, expecting the worst because it is the Kings. But speaking of shitty teams, your Warriors.
Yeah, they had a rough week.
What's up with them, man? Tell me what's wrong.
Well, I'm gonna make some excuses first.
Besides Draymond shooting 3-pointers that he shouldn't be shooting.
Yeah, Draymond. Yeah, okay, we'll get to him later.
Will we?
Yeah, they have had some injuries. They literally played with no big man for the last
because Wiseman's out.
Yeah, last 3.5 games.
Okay,
so Wiseman's out and Looney's out.
Okay.
And Marquise Chris has been out for the whole year since game 2. So I'm gonna give him a pass right now. However, my boy Steph Curry is white hot. Yeah. Is about as hot as the Kings.
So he scored, the Kings. He scored, 50 against the Mavericks?
57.
And they still lost that game,
They still fucking lost, yeah.
I mean, it's like James Harden numbers right there.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, he's been just striping it lately. 38.8 points per game over these last 4 games. 58% of the field.
What did we say before the season started? He was going to come out and show everybody, I'm still that dude.
I was skeptical. No. I really was. And thank you, Steph, for shutting me the fuck up because...
I believe in you, Steph. That's saying something. I'm not a Warriors fan.
And I'm just gonna say something that's maybe out on a limb, but I think considering everything, he might be having his best season ever. I know we've only played about 20 games.
I mean...
But if you look at his numbers,
that's saying big things, given that he's won 2 MVPs.
Yeah, and he, given that he's not playing with Clay or Kevin Durant anymore, well, for now, anyways. Yeah. Obviously, Kevin Durant anymore, but I think it makes it even that much more impressive what he's doing. His numbers are not far off of his unanimous MVP season. Yeah, that's the only reason I say it.
It's just that they're not winning the games.
They're not winning the games as much, so which makes it tougher to validate.
I imagine he'll still get MVP votes. I don't know if he'll win.
Yeah, I read today that his stock in Vegas on odds is dropping. He's like 6th.
Really?
Yeah, and I think that has probably a lot to do with the fact that the Warriors are not winning as many games.
They're not. Yeah, exactly.
Because they're sitting like 9th in the West right now, or they're 12-12. So. I think that probably has the most to do with it. But yeah, he's having one of his best years ever. So. And they're going to look to avoid their 3-game losing streak, or their first 3-game losing streak of the season tonight.
So they're not doing as bad as I thought.
No.
I'm just I always like to poke you about the Warriors. And they play in about half an hour, 5:30?
Yeah, we're going to hopefully get to that.
Try to get through this quick and then watch the games.
Yes, sir.
So football news... My Cowboys.
Yeah. So
what are they gonna do with Dak Prescott?
Yeah. So they're hoping to extend him before the franchise tag deadline on March 9th. Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about him potentially being the long-term quarterback of the Cowboys?
I'm okay with it because I just don't know who could they get better? You know what I mean? Because we'll get to this later, but if they could somehow get Russell Wilson,
that's the only way. What about Deshaun Watson?
I would take that too.
Yeah,
100%.
Someone, I want to say it was Dan Orlovsky, because I was watching a lot of sports TV today. Yeah. Which I actually haven't been doing much lately. Yeah. Anyways, he suggested it. I think it was him.
But I'd be okay with obviously Russell Wilson or Deshaun Watson more than Dak Prescott. Yeah. But if Dak Prescott is what we could get, then I gotta live with it. Yeah. I don't think he'll ever win us a Super Bowl. unless he takes the pay cut that he should take, and put more into the defense and more offensive line.
Yeah, just right.
I just don't. I can see him maybe taking the Cowboys to the Super Bowl. I just don't see him hoisting the trophy. You know what I mean? As much as I would love that to happen, because I've been wanting that my whole life.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening to Dak Prescott.
I
I hope he could prove me wrong. Believe me, I just don't see it though.
Yeah, he seems like a guy that you would really want to lead your franchise. I think, but at the same time, I don't know if he has if on the field if he has that it factor to take you to a championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I said.
Yeah.
But he checks almost every box, honestly.
No, he's a great leader. He seems like a great guy.
Yeah.
He's pretty much what you would want in a quarterback when it comes to those standpoints.
The intangibles,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I'm sure, like I've said before, it's hard for me to think that he won't take the first snap at quarterback for the Cowboys based off what happened last year, like his leg injury.
Yeah.
I think he'll be the quarterback for the Cowboys next year.
Can I just throw this in there real quick?
Yeah.
I don't know if you were watching TV at all today, but so there's a big thing about the Cowboys putting out this hype video for their next season, and he was not.
He wasn't in it. Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't.
So,
yeah,
and a lot. ESPN wanted to make a huge deal out of it, and I was like, all right, I think we should pump the brakes on that because he's not under contract right now, which is to me is why he's not in the video.
Yeah,
and no other reason.
Yeah, because I was just gonna say, maybe they didn't do that because he didn't play a lot last year, but I guess they also have more footage than just last year.
Exactly.
For
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't. It's weird. It's weird because it's like usually your quarterback should be mostly a part of your hype up video.
You should have some highlights of your damn quarterback in that.
I'm okay with it if that means we get Deshaun Watson or something like that. I'm cool with it.
Yeah.
It's just that the Cowboys gotta figure it out. They just gotta stop fucking around and they gotta be adults about it. Like figure it out.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jeff Sills. Figure it
out. Take it back on Dan Orlovsky saying the Deshaun Watson and Dak trade. It was Tony Kornheiser.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Wouldn't that be funny though if they swap teams in the same
state? Yeah. That would be ironic.
So Frank Gore, your boy, has expressed interest in come back to the Niners. I love this. I think it's awesome.
I love it too.
I do too. Yeah.
Bring him on. Honestly, he's been like the healthiest guy in the league as far as running backs go. I feel like ever. I mean, and the Niners had so many injury issues last year at every position.
At this point, Frank Gore's going to play until he's 55. And he's going to be the all-time leading rusher. He's going to play for like 15 years.
Yeah, get like 100 yards a year.
Yeah. And
I would totally bring
it'd be
back.
cool. As long if he comes back, they have to give him 21. I don't know if anybody in the Niners has that right now.
I do not believe so, actually.
So I think they should give him the number.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool. Obviously, he wouldn't get a ton of snaps, but just the nostalgia, and everybody would embrace it. It'd be so cool. I'm really about this.
I actually think that the Niners have held the number 21 back, I think with intentions of possibly retiring it for him, but I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah.
But I think that's...
Like, when I think of the Niners, I do think, or 21, I do think of Frank Gore, but it's also Dion, you know what I mean?
For sure.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Frank Gore
was only 1 year.
But Frank Gore played a lot longer for the Niners and all that kind of stuff, and he's a legend, you know what I mean, for the Niners.
Absolutely.
And also Alex Mack. I'm not too familiar with who this is.
He's like an all-pro level center. He's older. He's 35. Yeah. He played with the Falcons in the last 5 years, but the 1 year with Shanahan there when they went to the Super Bowl was his first year with the Falcons. And I just read a report that he's interested in rejoining forces with Kyle. So, cool. That would be sick. Because we definitely need to reinforce the offensive line.
Yeah. And also, the Raiders, I don't even know why you put this in here.
I had to.
He did as a joke.
Yeah, I did.
So, the Raiders extended Nathan Peterman.
Okay, the reason I had to put this in there is because he's probably maybe the worst quarterback of all time to like get any kind of legitimate playing time, right?
Okay. What's that based off of?
And
like, did you look at the numbers?
This is just my opinion.
Okay.
And it cracks me up that he continues to fool John Gruden into thinking that he's worth keeping on a roster.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's my one take on Nathan Peterman.
You know who likes this or probably thinks this is funny is Ashley, because Nathan Peterman went to Pitt.
He did.
And
while she was there.
Yeah. So what was it?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
So Pitt's whole thing's H2P, like hail to Pitt. And so in our group chat, I always say H2P as in hail to Peterman. It's a total joke because he's garbage. But it's pretty funny that they keep extending his contract because Who do they have from Michigan State that was on the team?
Well, they had Connor Cook.
You gotta think Connor Cook is better than Nathan Peterman though.
Yeah, he kind of stunk though too when he had his chance.
Stinky.
Yeah, stinky.
And the Raiders are continuing to listen to offers about Derek Carr,
which I think is interesting.
I think it is too. So who can get better? Nathan Peterman's not going to be.
Well, that was another team that I thought that someone said would be an interesting landing spot for Deshaun Watson.
The Raiders,
with Derek Carr going in the other direction.
Okay.
Which, like, I mean, if I'm the Raiders, do I give up Derek Carr and like, I don't know how many first-round draft picks it would take, but maybe a couple.
Yeah.
2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
Or 2 and a second or something like that.
Would you do it? Do you think they would give up him like Darren Waller for Deshaun Watson?
Ooh, a weapon would be tough.
Yeah.
Maybe a defensive player, but then again, the Raiders on defense don't really have that.
Swiss cheese.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Holes everywhere.
Yeah. So yeah, should be interesting to see what happens. I mean, there's so many quarterbacks that are, in the running for as trade bait.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess they could draft somebody too, but I don't think they have that good of a draft pick, right? The Raiders.
It's like 14 or something like that. Yeah.
You wouldn't believe Justin Fields by that point.
No, probably not. All right, let's move on. That's our local sports reports.
Wait, you threw in the Cowboys as local just for me?
Remember we talked about this?
Yeah.
You were a little saucy last week, though.
Yeah. Well,
I was gonna throw you a bone, throw the Kings and the Cowboys in there for you.
Well, the Kings are kind of local.
They are kind of local. You're right. But yeah, just.
I wasn't that sauce last week, was I?
You definitely were feeling good when you came over. I could tell.
Oh yeah, I got drinks before that.
You did.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we're gonna kind of push the Cowboys into that for just for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because I love you, Itch.
Oh man.
It's gonna make you cry on air?
No.
Oh damn.
Not yet.
Not yet. One of these days.
You give me sauce enough, and then maybe we'll be talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk a little baseball real quick. Couple free agents are off the board. Like I said earlier, slugger Marcell Ozuna. He's re-signing with the Braves. 4 years, $65 million.
This guy's got a bat.
He raked last year. 18 homers, 338 average.
Yeah.
Obviously in the shortened season, so you got to factor in a lot of things.
Also, the Braves up 3-1 against the Dodgers. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's a key piece of their lineup. What's interesting though is he played DH frequently last year. They will not have that luxury this year to play him at DH, so he's going to have to be, a little bit of a liability in the outfield.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, definitely a big bat for them.
So yeah, 18 home runs in 60 games. It doesn't sound like a lot, but that is right.
But think about it. If you double that, that's only 120 games, which is still not a full season.
Yeah.
Which would be 36 home runs.
Okay. Yeah.
And add another 40 games worth.
All right.
You're probably talking about a 45 home run season.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for putting that into perspective for me.
Mathing that out. Also.
So yeah, did you see this?
Oh, did I see this? Did I see this?
Did I see this?
Do you want to spell it out for us, kids?
The Dodgers signed the 2020 NL Cy Young winner, Trevor Bauer, and Emerson in parentheses put puke, which I agree with.
Yeah.
3 years, $102 million. That's
an interesting contract.
Yeah.
Because a lot of guys generally want to go for those longer contracts.
Yeah.
For security purposes. Mm-hmm. But this is kind of a contract where he's betting on himself. He's put an option or opt-out clause in his contract after both year 1 and year 2.
Which he ain't gonna do.
Well, here's where it gets interesting. So he's making $40 million this season.
Yes.
$45 million next season. So those years I think are almost automatically guaranteed. Because you're not opting out of $45 million.
If you have you're not.
So that leaves $17 million for the third year, which if he's pitching well,
he might want to
good chance he's opting out of it. Doesn't necessarily mean he's leaving the Dodgers, but he might talk about a new contract.
Get more cash.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. So I've definitely heard that he wanted to be creative with his contract. He's betting on himself, which I think is kind of cool.
Trevor Bauer's kind of a different dude too.
He definitely thinks differently.
If you see him in interviews,
yep, he's a little arrogant.
Yeah.
Not always the friendliest.
No.
But
no.
Definitely thinks highly of himself, and he's confident for sure.
I mean, getting a $102 million contract, I'd be confident too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That means you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
Last time I checked.
Yeah.
So this pretty much means to me the Dodgers, they're gonna go back to back, right, or get close.
When I saw this, my initial thought was like,
who's gonna stop them?
This could be the best. Well, I mean, first I said this could be the best pitching rotation ever.
Yeah.
And it very easily could be the best team ever as well because they have a great lineup.
1 through 9 they can hit.
Yeah. I mean, AJ Pollock's like maybe their worst player that plays.
Yeah.
And he's still a damn good player.
It's just, I mean, we got to think. I think we talked about this before, that we've gotten lucky as Giants fans, only seeing the Dodgers win one World Series in our lifetime.
It's considering how good they've been too.
And they've won, what, 8 straight division titles, or 10?
Since 2013, they've won them all, I think.
So it's
something like that, or
so
2014.
Yeah, they definitely have, we've dodged bullets.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah.
Dodged bullets when it comes to the Dodgers losing a lot, because they have.
Yeah.
So you got, I think that this is the point for them where they're like, this is our time.
Yeah.
And we got to really capitalize on what we have, to know what we have is so good.
No question.
So
yeah,
it sucks for us.
Yeah.
But if I'm a Dodger fan, if I'm James, or if I'm anybody in the LA area, I'm pretty happy.
Oh, man.
It's going to be bad.
One thing about Bauer, too, is he's only had really 2 elite seasons.
Yeah.
Been pretty damn inconsistent. He's 31 years old already, so he's been around. But he's been pretty inconsistent. But, I mean, he's obviously had one of the best seasons you can ask for last year. So
and he was on the Indians, right?
For most of his career. Before that, the Diamondbacks for a little bit. But Indians for most of his career, then was traded to Cincy 2 years ago, and then won the Cy Young last year.
So he was on the Indians when they went to the World Series in 2016.
Correct, yeah.
2016? Yeah.
2016, yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, that's it's kind of a bummer.
Not excited. I yelled when I saw it. I was like, "What?" Garrett, I think Garrett heard me from a ways away. He's like, "What happened, dude?" Like, you don't even want to know.
You wouldn't even understand, and you don't even want to know. You need a beer now? You good?
Yeah, I'll take one.
All right, there you go. We are also drinking. You want to tell them?
Miller High Lifes, baby. I'm gonna give Brett credit for bringing these over. Because I saw him drinking them the other day. So thanks, Brett, for the Millers.
Thanks, Brett. This reminds me of high school. Early high school, when we would drink 32 ounces of these.
Yes, the champagne of beers.
The champagne of beers. That's their claim to fame. Is they're the champagne of beers. It's kind of a classic bottle and logo, though. I like it.
This reminds me also of Jackass, because they would drink Miller High Lifes.
Would they?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever caught on to that.
I think Ryan Dunn is famous for saying after a stunt, "I could really use a Miller High Life right now."
I could really use a Miller High Life.
R.I.P.
Are those guys gonna do another movie? You think?
I think.
Are they
talking about one?
Are they gonna do one more?
I feel like they kind of
have to.
Just like just one shebang, just right up into the sunset.
Because I don't think they're as old as we think they are. It's just they've done so much bad shit to their body.
They just destroyed themselves.
Themselves
over the last like 15, 20 years.
Like, how many more nut shots can Johnny Knoxville take?
He definitely can't reproduce anymore.
I don't think so. There's no way.
Does he even have kids?
I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
He might not be able to. Like you just said, he might not be able to reproduce.
All right, let's talk about the 2021 Hall of Fame.
Yes.
NFL Hall of Fame class. You want to rattle off these names, and then we can talk about them after?
Yeah. Do you want to help me with the first name, though?
Yeah, so offensive lineman, Alan Faneca. Actually, I do remember him.
Faneca. Who do you play?
I want to say he was with Pittsburgh and Tennessee, but you'd have to fact check me on that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Coach Tom Flores, who was a Raiders coach in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Won 2 Super Bowls with them. That's cool.
Yeah.
Calvin Johnson, Megatron.
Definitely one from our day.
This one, I was talking to you about this earlier because it kind of, he was great and he deserves to be there. Mm-hmm. I guess it's just weird that he's in there already.
Yeah, it does seem weird because it feels like maybe he could have come back or something, you know?
Yeah. Because he was so good, but it just seemed like it's still so fresh that he hasn't. I guess it doesn't feel like it's been 5 years since he's been retired.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What's it with the Lions franchise and just making guys retire before they should?
Dude, I don't know. It's just the Lions being the Lions.
I guess so.
John Lynch. That's
a good one. Great John Lynch.
The great safety and also the Niners general manager. Mm-hmm. Made the Hall of Fame. Well deserved.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also want to kind of mention... Oh, never mind. I don't want to mention that. Peyton Manning, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
this is not a surprise.
Yeah.
This is
That should have been the easiest one.
Yeah. I think I told you a couple weeks ago it took them 13 seconds to
Yeah.
decide this, which is still too long, I think.
Yeah, it's 12 too long.
First quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl with 2 different franchises.
I guess I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
Tom,
cool.
and then Tom Brady just became the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But Tom Brady is also the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl in 2 different conferences.
Yeah, that's
so
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Bill Nunn, sports writer.
He's no longer alive. I had to look him up today.
Gotcha.
But yeah, he was a sports writer and then a scout for a while, I guess, for the Steelers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Drew Pearson.
Yeah, your boy.
Well, I mean, I don't know him that well because he played for the Cowboys in the 70s and 80s with Roger Staubach.
That guy had a sick fro.
Oh yeah, he was like the original number 88.
Yeah.
Because the 88 for the Cowboys is always one of those numbers that gets, you have to like earn it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like they don't retire it.
Yeah.
Because everyone I would think assumes Michael Irvin's always number 88 because it's
For sure. Yeah.
But I'm really happy for Drew Pearson because I think either last year or 2 years ago he was super fed up because he thought he was going to make it in there but he didn't.
Yeah.
So I think he's for the All Decades team in the 70s. I'm pretty sure he was the only guy on the offensive side who was on that team who wasn't in the Hall of Fame yet.
Yeah.
Which he felt like he was getting
snapped.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really happy for him. His numbers aren't like super great, you know what I mean? But I think it's deserving.
Yeah.
He was also on those classic Cowboys Staubach teams, and I think he won one Super Bowl. I don't know if he was on both that Staubach won. But it's really cool that he's in there, so I'm happy for him because I know he's been wanting that for a long time. And then Charles Woodson.
Got it. He had to be in there, right?
Had to have.
Yeah.
He's
legend.
Legend.
Raider legend for sure.
Legend. I mean, won a Super Bowl with the Packers.
I
remember in that game, he got hurt early in the game and couldn't finish the game. I felt terrible for him.
Yeah, that sucked.
I mean, he still got the ring. I still think he deserved to get it because he played the whole season for the most part. But I just can't imagine being in the Super Bowl and getting broke off in the first half.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's also another one that I didn't realize he had been retired long enough.
Yeah, that's fair.
I kind of thought it was only 3 years since he retired, but I guess it is 2021 already.
Charles Woodson also makes wine. I haven't had it.
It's good, yeah, dude. His cab is actually pretty solid.
What's it called? 24?
It's called 24, yeah.
24.
His cab's pretty solid, actually. Yeah, we might have to try it out on the show sometime.
Or is it called 24 Wines, or is it just 24?
No, it's Charles Woodson's wine. Charles Woodson Wines or something like that, and then I think the cab that he has is called 24.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, congratulations to all those guys. I saw something about, speaking of the Hall of Fame, it was like an Instagram account that was, either the NFL or something like that.
Yeah.
They were like people who are eligible next year. And they had the audacity to put Tony Romo up there.
Oh, God.
Tony Romo's not, if he makes the Hall of Fame, then we got to start rethink what the Hall of Fame actually means.
Totally.
Because, Tony Romo's a good player.
But not even a great player.
I don't even think he's not even a Cowboy favorite. I mean, he's a really good dude and a good leader, and I think he's great at announcing. I think he's a better announcer than he was a football player.
If he gets in for announcing in 30 years, that'd be cool. Because I'd get on that train.
Tony Romo has no business being in the Hall of Fame.
No, sorry
about it. Maybe the Cowboys Hall of Fame, maybe, but not the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
sorry.
Fuck. What are we doing here?
Exactly. What is this? It's not the Hall of Mediocrity.
Yeah. Hall of Pretty.
The dude didn't even make a championship game. He cannot be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents on Tony Romo.
Yeah, thank you.
And I also don't remember who else is eligible. I know it's people that we grew up watching and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
I did look at some of the semifinalists, and there were some good names.
Yeah.
I can't recall exactly who they all were, but I would imagine there's some of them that will get in.
Yeah.
That didn't this year.
So the bulk of the show.
Game of the year?
Well, no, it was not the game of the year.
Well, it's supposed to be the game of the year. But it was not the game of the year.
This game is called the Super Bowl. You may have heard it before.
Yeah, it's one of it's something.
It happened on Sunday. This game stunk. It wasn't good.
You want to just say it? Say it. Just...
It sounds weird saying it. I even texted you.
You did. That's why I want you to say it.
So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are Super Bowl champions.
It sounds fun.
I texted you.
Which is not the first time it's happened, obviously.
No.
And not the first time it's happened in our lifetimes.
No.
But it does sound right.
It just coming off the tongue, it just doesn't sound right.
Yeah. Especially watching Jameis Winston play quarterback for them last year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
They were rocking those busted-ass uniforms last year. They were gross.
I'm so glad that they got rid of
They had to.
Yeah.
They did that just because of Tom Brady.
Yeah, they had to.
I texted you yesterday, bro. ... The Buccaneers are Super Bowl champions. LOL. What? It's just. So yeah, Tampa Bay won 31-9. Tom Brady, of course, was the Super Bowl MVP.
Unreal.
It's the dude. He's inevitable.
Yeah.
I
really thought. I mean,
I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah, I really thought that they were just kind of lucky to be there in a way.
Yeah,
but
they earned it. They won 3 road playoff games to get to this point.
Yeah, that was impressive. But they did. Fuck, man. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm a little speechless too.
They beat 3 MVPs in the same postseason.
Yep.
Which is awesome. I mean, Tom Brady, he's got 7 rings, just like Ariana Grande. Shout out. It's just like, what are we? How is this happening? What's going on? What is Tom Brady taking? 'Cause I need it.
Yeah.
I need it.
I mean,
this dude is flat out the best to ever do it all time. It's not even close.
Yeah.
This dude's almost doubling Joe Montana's Super Bowl wins.
Yeah, he definitely. I mean, if anyone still wanted to question his legacy, I think he just absolutely.
It's signed, sealed, delivered. It's in stone.
Yeah.
Nothing you could do about it. It's over.
He's now proven he can do it without Bill Belichick. Granted, he got a great team around him. I don't think there's any question about that.
Tom Brady definitely chose the right team.
Yeah, but he did it without Bill Belichick. I don't even. He's got 7. He's been to 10. How much more do you need to do?
Like what? I don't even know what to say. It's just crazy to me.
Yeah.
The dude just keeps doing it. He won a Super Bowl with the goddamn Buccaneers.
Yeah, of all franchises, like.
I mean, oh man, I don't even know. I don't think any Niner fan, even the old heads, can say that Tom Brady or Joe Montana's still better.
Yeah, I mean, as far as accomplishments go, yeah.
Like, I don't think I think your dad still thinks Joe Montana's better. I gotta think now. There's no way.
My dad's not as in tune with sports nowadays, so
gotcha.
I'm not gonna value his opinion as much. I love you, Dad, but I know you listen to me about sports more than you listen to reality.
And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
He's just simply the best.
He is. I don't think there's any question. I mean, how can you can't really argue it right now?
No.
Who knows? Maybe there'll be somebody else that surpasses him one of these days, but it's going to be tough.
No one's gonna win 8 Super Bowls except for him, if he can do it.
All right. What about Patrick Mahomes?
No, not a chance. It's over. He blew his
What?
chance. It's over.
It's over? Come on, Gage.
He's not gonna win 7. He's not. He is not gonna win 7 Super Bowls in his career. He's not. You know what I was thinking today? He was about this close from losing 2 straight Super Bowls.
He was.
He didn't. But can you imagine if he would have lost 2 in a row? What people would be like comparing to Lamar Jackson, like, oh, he's gonna be like Dan Marino. He can't win one.
Yeah.
He was close.
He was.
It's a good night. I mean, he's got one, and people. It's time to pump the brakes a little bit. A little bit.
I don't disagree with that.
Pump the brakes just a little bit, please.
But
he's still great.
Yeah. Well, let's just talk about the Chiefs really quick, and what went wrong. And I think my prediction but like my thoughts on the whole offensive line situation.
You're right.
It definitely came true, and I thought because the Chiefs would have obviously known they were a little short-handed on the offensive line, they would have changed their game plan, but they just kept running these plays that took a long time to develop. And Patrick Mahomes was running for his life the whole damn game. He was insane.
Did you see the stat that he ran for almost a total of 500 yards out of the pocket?
That's ridiculous.
Dude was looking like Josh Allen 3 weeks ago against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I think they calculated that he got pressured something like 49 times, which is like by far the most that any quarterback's ever been pressured in the Super Bowl.
All I gotta say is you could argue that the 2 worst games of his career were the past 2 Super Bowls. Almost.
Yeah, I mean that's not totally far-fetched.
They didn't. I think this is like the first time he hasn't scored a touchdown in a game since high school, probably.
That's crazy.
And he probably still passed for a touchdown in high school.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed in the Chiefs.
I am too.
And not even as much really Mahomes, but just like I said, the kind of the game plan. I mean, there was literally no rhythm to the passing game, and I will give the Buccaneers credit for putting pressure on them, but at the same time, like I said, the Chiefs should have known coming in that they were going to have some heat on them.
Yeah.
So let's get some more rhythm passing, some quick passing going. Every single play, it seemed like they were trying to run some misdirection, and it took too long to develop, and Mahomes was running for his life. It was insane. And super frustrating to watch. I'm like, they can't even get first downs.
No, they can't. So you're telling me You think Patrick Mahomes is going to win 7 Super Bowls?
I'm not telling you that he's going to. I'm just saying I think
I don't think
he has the talent, and
he might not even win 3. I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
I mean, he may not. He may not. The way I think of it, though, is he's lucky that he is only 25 years old.
Yes.
Because Tom Brady is not going to play forever.
True.
Aaron Rodgers is not far away from retirement.
Okay.
Drew Brees is out the door.
He's going to have to worry about like Lamar Jackson and like Josh Allen.
He's better than those two guys.
He is.
Josh Allen could compete with him at some point.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's ready for that yet either. Who else? Even Russell Wilson's on the back half of his career.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah, I think.
I'll have to worry about Trevor Lawrence eventually, of course.
Maybe, yeah. But we don't even know what he's.
Yeah,
we haven't seen him play in
That's
another game.
kind of
Yeah. and sure, there's going to be new guys that come in and make their mark on the game, but I think he definitely has a chance to be special going forward.
Yeah. Well, no, he's a special player. I bet he'd win another one for sure, but he's not going to win 7.
I think he's winning at least 2 more.
Okay.
I think that's a very easy thing for me to say.
Okay. I can see him going to the Super Bowl again next year.
Yeah. Let's just go through these little notes we have here before we get into that, because so will Brady? Do you think Brady will win another ring before he's done? So he's definitely said he's clearly not done, and could easily play till he's 45, and which would be 2 more years.
I am not gonna doubt Tom Brady anymore, and I'm gonna say he'll win another one.
I'm gonna say no, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah, I do think there was, I don't know what it was, but something that just went wrong for everybody else in this season.
Yeah.
And not that I want to take away any credit. The Bucks won the Super Bowl fair and square, and they upset some teams on their way to do it. Yeah. But I think,
because I got to imagine against the Saints they're probably underdogs, and against the Packers and the Chiefs.
Yeah. I think they were underdogs in all the games except for the one against Washington in the playoffs.
Yeah.
I just don't know how sustainable Tom Brady could be as he gets older.
It's fair.
Yeah. And I know we've been saying this for years, especially after last year, which was not one of his best seasons, but he also was not surrounded by a lot of talent. But regardless, I'm a little skeptical.
I think I don't think it's an automatic, but it's not going to be easy to get back there because, going through, if Breeze comes back and then Rodgers is going to be on the Packers still.
Yeah.
And then, maybe the Niners are good again.
The NFC is still going to be a tough,
a
tough conference to play in. What about, okay, so we were just kind of talking about Mahomes a little bit, but I want to ask you, do you think Mahomes' legacy can or will ever reach the level of Brady's? You kind of already answered that a little bit.
I think him losing this game hurts bad. Because I think I mentioned before that I think he could have been like the Joe Montana and maybe go 4-0.
Yeah.
Say Brady had 7, ended with 7, and he was 4-0, never lost.
Yeah.
Or Brady had 6 then because he would have lost 2 days ago.
Yeah.
I think that could have been a good debate, but it's hard for me to.
Yeah.
It's just I feel like in sports, especially in recent years, everyone's. If you lose a championship, you just get knocked.
It hurts. It hurts.
Because because Montana didn't lose and Brady's lost 3, but no one really mentions that.
Yeah.
It's only with it seems like in basketball, because Jordan did the whole 6-0, 6 MVP thing. It's nearly impossible to get to that point, And
the reason I bring this question up is because I was talking with Danny yesterday, and he said, because of this, Mahomes will never be able to be considered better than Brady.
Because he lost to him.
Because he just lost to him. And my thoughts are, well, okay, yeah, I get your point because, maybe Tom Brady's not in his prime anymore, and Mahomes theoretically is in the beginning of his prime.
Yeah.
But at the same time, what if they matched up again and the Chiefs beat them? They're fully healthy, ready to roll.
Next year?
Yeah, next year.
Okay, then that's different.
And that completely, so I don't like to think that something could never happen just because being living in the moment too much.
Well, I think maybe also, I don't know if Danny was thinking about this at the time, but them losing to them 2 years ago in the AFC Championship game, or him losing to Brady, which...
Yeah, that definitely didn't help.
No.
It's a wild game too.
It's like the hump that he needs to get over.
Yeah.
And the only way he can do that now is if they meet in the Super Bowl again.
Yeah.
Because regular season, I mean, people think about it, but no one really cares. It's not super important.
Yeah.
Not like playoff games.
No one remembers Week 12.
I mean, it'd be cool to see Mahomes get somewhat close in championships. But I don't think anybody will.
Yeah, it's tough, man. I mean, Tom has put together one hell of a resume.
He has 2 Hall of Fame careers if you cut his career in half.
Yeah.
Like
I saw.
You do like 10 and 10.
I
10
saw
years,
Boyd
10 years.
Colin
Yeah.
making that.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
I
I really do believe he can. I think for the first point I made about him, if he beat him in a Super Bowl before Brady retires. But I mean, what if he just went out and won? What if he won 8 and Brady had 7?
well, then he's better.
So,
But he's not. He's not.
I get.
He's not winning 7 more Super Bowls.
Hey, you fucking never know,
man.
man.
I don't think he is.
I'm not gonna say it's a guarantee, but you never know. He's a badass.
I put my grandma's mortgage on that. No way, that ain't happening. And if it does, you call me in about 15 years and be like, I told you so. I hope you can call me.
I hope I don't even have to call you.
I just don't. Winning 7 more, having 8, I just don't.
Like I said, I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I just don't think that it's crazy to think that he could put together an awesome career and be in the conversation.
He's not gonna win 8 Super Bowls.
But theoretically, you would say even if he doesn't beat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl, like say he's 8-1.
Yeah, I would give it to him.
Yeah.
Even if he won 7 like Brady, let's say Brady didn't win anymore and Mahomes got 7. You got to think that his numbers would look better. He'll have better passing numbers, probably better completion percentage numbers.
Yeah, that's hard to say though, because we can never really compare eras. But yeah, I'll give you that.
He's not winning 7. He's just not. I refuse to believe it.
I'm excited to watch what happens. Let's talk about our way too early favorites for next season.
Dallas Cowboys.
All right, and we're done.
I say it every year. I gotta be right one of these years, right?
Stop it.
If I really gotta, so you're telling me like who I think's gonna be in the Super Bowl next year?
Who do you think's gonna win the Super Bowl if you had to say it right now?
Right now, I mean, I'd have to say the Chiefs.
I'm saying the Chiefs too.
Yeah, I'd have to say the Chiefs. Yeah, I still think the Ravens can. I really want Lamar to get one.
That would be cool for him.
I don't know. He's not.
Because, I think
they should have. Last year was when they had their chance because they were unbeatable.
They were bad.
They were really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Bills. I don't know. The Packers maybe the Packers.
Packers will be an interesting team to watch because they had every opportunity to be playing 2 days ago.
I'll go Packers Chiefs next year.
Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Way too early.
Yeah.
Way too early, but I'll say Packers Chiefs. I hate saying that because I hate the Packers. I know Max Navarro doesn't listen to us, but he's a big Packers fan, so I know he would love me saying that.
That was a good call.
Also, I want to mention, so I listened to this podcast called The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. I've talked to you about it before.
I've heard of him.
So Rob Parker is the biggest Brady hater ever.
Yeah.
He was comparing Tom Brady to Robert Horry because they both have 7 rings.
But Robert Horry was like a role player, like team surfer.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like even Chris Broussard was like, dude, what?
Stop it.
Like, what are you saying right now? What is this? It was just he was reaching.
He loves to call Tom Brady like the luckiest.
No, the loat.
The luckiest of all time.
Yeah. It's like, dude, just give up.
That's pretty funny.
Just concede. It's over. Well, because he's he's on the biggest train of Joe Montana's the GOAT. You know, the 11 touchdown passes, the no interceptions in the Super Bowl, which is impressive.
Yeah.
He never lost.
Yeah.
But 4 and 7, it's like, you got 4 and you got 7. Which one would you rather have? I'm just saying, I want to win more. Yeah, you could lose more, and Brady's lost 3 to Nick Foles and Eli Manning, which doesn't look good on the resume.
Yeah.
But you can't be comparing Tom Brady to Robert Horry. I mean, you're talking about you're comparing Big Shot Bob to the GOAT. Come on.
Yeah, that's just some trash talk.
That's must have been a boring day on the Fox Sports Radio.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I just want to say it definitely was a bummer that the last game of the year ended the way it did because we've been pretty fortunate in our lifetime to have some pretty awesome Super Bowls.
Yeah.
with the exception of a handful. But
I do want to say I was kind of close. I did say I thought the game would be a blowout, but I
but
said
you said it the other way around.
I said
So stop it.
I said the Chiefs would win, but hey, the
Yeah.
game still was a blowout, like I did kind of predict.
Yeah.
So
Ah, man, I thought if Tampa Bay was going to win, it would be close.
yeah.
And if Kansas City would win, it could be anything. But
Yeah.
the Chiefs' offense was just extremely disappointing.
Terrible.
Yeah,
I have not seen them play that bad since probably Alex Smith was their quarterback.
yeah.
You know.
I mean, I did kind of watch that game they played against Atlanta where they barely won,
Mhm.
and it wasn't pretty. But yeah, I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
Gotta give some credit, like I said, to Tampa Bay.
Yeah, they had the
They won the game.
great game plan.
Yeah, and they ran the ball well, and you know, you can honestly say Ronald Jones should have been a candidate for the MVP of the game too.
Yeah.
But
Tom Brady
Tom
is
Brady.
he is the Patriot way.
yeah,
He is the Patriot way. So
glad we got that out of the system.
what's sad though is football's over for a while.
It is. We got let's see, what's today? February 9th. It's about 5 months till 6 months till preseason, pretty much. Yeah.
So we're gonna be reaching for things to talk about in this podcast.
Yes, sir. It's basketball season
Basketball,
now, I guess.
Basketball, a little hockey,
A
some
little baseball
NASCAR.
soon.
We'll have to come up with more like segments,
Yeah.
like fun segments to do or something.
We'll go into a little more depth on the other sports now.
Yeah.
Probably make basketball more of a focal point of the show since
Yeah.
we're in full swing here.
I do love hoops.
Yeah.
I do love hoops.
All right, it's time for the last call.
Yes.
Speaking of hoops, this is kind of interesting. So I think just last week the Players Association and the league decided to have an All-Star game,
Mhm.
which will be next month. But the players are not happy about it.
So what are they not? Why aren't they happy about it? Do you know?
So
why? Or,
so they're just given the situation that we're in with the pandemic. They don't think it makes sense to get guys together from different teams just to make money
Yeah.
for one or 2 days when it's an easy thing that you could cancel.
Yeah.
Obviously, the All-Star game is kind of a joke anyways,
Yeah.
which is probably their mindset.
Like the actual game to me isn't the best part of All-Star Weekend.
No, yeah, exactly. I just like the whole idea of getting the best players together, but I can totally get where these guys are coming from. For one, we just had a short off season.
Yeah.
So we're cramming 72 games into a shortened format.
Yeah.
The other is, I mean the guys, you're postponing games during the season. Yeah, you think it's safe enough to just play an All-Star game because money is all that really matters.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean,
that's
yeah.
where they come from.
Yeah. I mean, actually, I'll take it back. Last year's All-Star game was actually fun because the way they had it set up. Like
With the last quarter.
You had to like make whoever got to a certain point or a point of points.
They put it like 24 points more than the team that was leading, right? Was
Yeah.
the target score?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I did like that idea. That
It
was
just made
pretty
it more. It actually made it seem like it's a game instead of
Yeah.
them just like doing lobs all day.
cool. Yeah. I do kind of like the draft format that they've used too. Just kind of
it's
mix
cool.
up the
They have like the two
players.
most voted, and they vote or they pick who they want.
Yeah. The funny thing about that though is that 100% had to do with the fact that the East had not as good players as the West.
Like, consistently.
Yeah.
That was happening.
Then once like LeBron went there, I was like, oh jeez.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you had LeBron and KD in the West, and Steph too, for that matter.
Yeah.
But yeah. You got anything?
Well, we still got.
Yeah.
We kind of mentioned Russell Wilson already, right?
A little bit, yeah. But yeah, so came out today. He was on the Dan Patrick Show and expressed his frustration about being hit a lot and sacked and all that. And Dan asked him a question that was interesting. He said, "Well, you're not available. You couldn't possibly be available for trade, could you?" And he's like, "Well, that's for the organization to decide."
Ooh. He's got to go to the Cowboys.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not reading into this as much as
Yeah.
Sports Talk wants to, but it is interesting. I think more than anything, he's trying to use this as leverage in what the team decides to do with their moves this offseason and getting him a better offensive line. But yeah, it is definitely a little interesting.
They can't let go of him, right? No way.
Not a chance. I mean, if you like this, to me, the Seahawks will be a Seahawk as long as he is an elite player.
Yes.
There's no question to me about that.
Yeah.
It would be you cannot get the value back that he brings on a daily basis in return in a trade.
I mean, I know you probably don't want him on the Seahawks, but there's no way they're getting rid of him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to be foolishly optimistic that he's leading the Seahawks anytime soon. But yeah, I think to me he's using it more as, hey, give me an offensive line.
Yeah. Which who wants to get hit? Nobody.
He's been sacked, so he's always leading the league in time sacked, which is not a good thing, obviously.
And Russell Wilson's known for running around and trying to be a magician.
But he, at the same time, he probably realizes that he's not the same athlete that he was when he was 24, 25.
No.
And he's like, I'm not going to keep doing this.
No. The Seahawks should give him a line anyways.
Yeah.
Or the best one they could get, you know what I mean?
My guess is that they kind of have pushed that aside because they know that his escapability is so good.
Yeah.
That they kind of don't think they need it and they just spent their money elsewhere. But yeah, I totally agree. You gotta protect your man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they can't let him go. There's no way.
No.
He would look good in a Cowboys uniform though.
No, he would not. That's
And
cute.
Daytona.
Like
we said.
Yep.
It is this Sunday.
Cannot wait.
Sunday.
Who's winning?
Sunday.
And do not say Brad.
Martin Truex Jr.
Yeah, you're not gonna get him either, bro.
I'll say who's gonna win.
If I swear to God, if Denny Hamlin wins this fucking race, I'm throwing some shit.
From Bose.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's gonna be someone that's not a top tier guy. It's gonna be a surprise.
Say Bubba Wallace.
Ooh, I like that. I'm going Eric Jones.
Okay.
Shocker.
Bubba Wallace.
All right, I like the Bubba Wallace pick. He's on he's got his new team racing for Jordan.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna be kind of.
Oh,
cool.
he's not in the 43 car anymore.
No, that's actually Eric Jones, who I just picked.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, no, that's So remember, Jordan and Denny Hamlin have a team together now.
The number's 23.
Number 23, yeah, and Bubba's the driver.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
single car team, but yeah, I think it's gonna be cool.
Hell yeah.
NASCAR's back. They got a totally new season format this year. They're racing all over the place. Got new road courses on the schedule. Dirt track will be inside of Bristol in like 6 weeks, something like that.
Are they racing at?
They're back in Sonoma this year.
Yeah.
We're probably not going to get to go, but that's all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should be fun. It's gonna be a good NASCAR year.
Daytona's nice.
Yeah, yeah. And if you've ever had any kind of interest in racing but never really watched NASCAR, this would be the year to do it because it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be different.
Yeah.
Any final words?
You know what song I bumped on the way over here?
Let's hear it.
Back to Black by Amy Winehouse. You've heard it.
I probably have them. It's just not ringing a bell.
It's like kind of slow and kind of depressing, but it's really, really good. I recommend listening to it in your off time.
Can we listen to it when we're done here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we can.
I'm just warning you though. It's it's a little depressing. It's a little off.
Yeah.
But it's really good. She rest in peace.
Yeah. True.
Anybody who's listening to us who hasn't heard it, I really recommend listening to it. It's really good. Take my word for it. I don't listen to bad music. only on occasions.
Wait, what happened here?
But yeah.
There we go.
Good episode, man.
Yes, sir.
That was good.
Can we clink one more
Thanks for
time?
playing. Yes.
All right, dude.
Cheers.
Cheers. See you next week.